Want to sit with me? Go bring me a comb so I can comb this hair, girl. Let's comb this hair. Girl, let's comb this hair. She hates when I do her hair unless I let her watch a cartoon while I do it. So don't judge me out there. I want to talk about what it's really, really like to lose weight as a busy mom. What it's really like. So to begin, I have 2 kids. I have a son who's 5, Eliel, and I have a daughter who's 2, Adiel. And my hands are full 99.9% of the time unless I'm sleeping. And even when I'm sleeping, I'm still like, you know, that phantom cry that moms always have when we like wake up at like 3 a.m. making sure the kids are okay. Moms are under a lot of pressure. We're under a lot of stress to make sure that our babies are not playing with knives and being dangerous or trying to jump off a flight of stairs. Like, we're already overwhelmed as mothers, as modern mothers, I think, in 2018 with all the standards and all the pressure we have to be perfect and all this. And between the mom shaming that we get, between the mom judgment that we get from other people or mothers, like, it's just a lot of pressure. So the first thing I want to say is that it's not easy to start the journey to becoming your best self after having kids, because you're already exhausted from the most important job, that is being a mom. That's the first thing. The second thing I want to say is that although it is difficult to snatch your sexy back or to lose the baby weight or to get your body back after having kids, it's very much possible. And so I try to balance my mission with helping moms become their best selves after having kids, with also prefacing it by saying, but don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like, take it one day at a time, and like, self-love is the most important thing. So with that, let's start to get into like the basics. So since I gained over 50 pounds with each time I was pregnant with them, my body changed in ways I could not fathom that was going to happen. Like, when I stared at my positive pregnancy test in 2011, I think it was 2011, and yeah, 2012 it was. When I stared at that positive pregnancy test, it was the best day of my life. Like, my husband and I were trying at the time to have a baby. We wanted a child. We called it a conscious conception. I was praying and meditating and already talking to, I'm like, we ready for you. So by the time I got pregnant, I was so happy. I did not think or care about what it was gonna do to my body. Like, I just didn't care. And so it didn't really hit me how pregnancy affected my body until maybe about maybe about 2 weeks postpartum after I had him, and I realized I wasn't pregnant anymore, and I had all this extra baby weight, and I had the hormonal acne from my estrogen levels just peaking up, my hormone levels being all off, and I just realized I had a lot of work to do, and I had no idea where to start. So that was my first pregnancy. My second pregnancy with my daughter, I gained even more weight. You did that to me. You made me gain even more weight. I gained even more weight with her, probably close to 60 pounds-ish. And I got more stretch marks with her. Like, girl, you were worth it, but you stretched my body out. So after I had her, I felt even more hopeless than after I had my son, because I had loose skin and stretch marks that I didn't have the first time. And I just was like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of even going through this whole weight loss journey if I'm still gonna have skin hanging to the floor? Like, real talk, that's what I thought. But I had a moment when I just realized, like, Monica, the worst thing that's gonna happen if you stick to this regimen that you're gonna create is that you get super fit, but your body's imperfect. And I thought, if that's the worst case scenario, what's the best case scenario, baby? And I realized the best case scenario was still worth it. Like, the best case scenario was I build discipline, I share my journey authentically with others online who may have felt defeated like I did. In short, the pros outweighed the cons. So I just went to work. After my daughter was about a month old, I was still obviously breastfeeding. I breastfed her for 2.5 years. But I just started, I started working out 15 minutes a day in my home office, in our tiny apartment at the time, while she would nap. And that was like my me goddess time. It felt so good. It felt so amazing to just sweat and to just listen to music and zone out. And then, you know, before the mommy mayhem started all over again. All right. So I just started off slowly, not with too much. I didn't join a gym. I didn't do any of that. Started super simple. You guys can share me. There's enough to go around. Okay? There's enough of me to go around. You guys, it's okay. I was sharing that process on Instagram, being really transparent, authentic, and letting you guys know, like, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm doing. So the weight started to come off slowly but surely. Okay, so can I talk? Okay. See, this is mom life. And so you see how my hands are this full just trying to talk to you guys on the tube, on YouTube, and on Instagram. Imagine what moms feel like trying to get a home workout in with a house full of kids. It's mayhem, okay? And so that's why I really like to preach to moms, because we have a different type of struggle than, say, somebody who doesn't have kids has. We have to work against just feeling defeated before we even start the workout. We're already tired. We already have to make meals for the whole family. We already have to clean the house. And let me also say, no, I don't have a nanny. No, I don't have a babysitter. No, I don't have help. My husband works like 90 hours a week. So it's on me, and it's gonna be on you. Like, no one's gonna come and save us. No one's gonna come knock on our door and be like, let me take you to the gym and help you get your life together. Like, no one's gonna do that for us. So all that to say is that don't get it twisted. Unless you were a part of the minority of women who only gained 20 pounds during their pregnancy and just breastfed and then boom, you hot after you drop the baby. That wasn't me. So I can't relate to that. And I'm not gonna hate on her. Good genetics, great for you. But I'm here, and I really like to speak to the women who really have to struggle like I did to even gain hope that there was a chance we could get our body down. So I'm here to say it's possible to not only get your body back, but it's possible to feel even better than before you had kids, right? And the idea is that you understand that your body won't ever be the same as before you had children. And hallelujah, your body shouldn't be the same. You just had the miracle of life come out of your body, depending on if you had a C-section or of a vaginal birth like I did. We had babies, okay? And that is a job for a warrior. Like, after I had my daughter, I felt incredibly defeated. I felt like, on one hand, I felt so happy because I had this beautiful girl, I had this beautiful boy, I had 2 healthy kids. Like, on one hand, I was on cloud 9 because I was a mom and I had my boy and my girl, and I just was super happy about that and felt super blessed and grateful. And then on the other hand, I felt incredibly guilty and discontent with how I looked, right? And that's a tricky place to be as a mother, because society will tell you, and some people who are just judgmental will tell you, like, the fact that you still care about you, you're a mom. You don't get that luxury to care about yourself. And that messaging is wrong, and that messaging is dangerous, and that messaging made me susceptible to depression because I almost bought into it. And I was like, no, try again. Just like, no. So I came to finally give myself permission to understand that it's okay for me to want to be a great mom and to want to be a hands-on mom and to still want to do me and to still want to look like me and to still want to feel sexy, like, and still have my goddess time and still do those things. Like, I gave myself permission to do that, and once I did, everything started to take off in terms of my weight loss and just being myself. So most of you know, who follow me on Instagram at Moms or Heels, I'm a full-time fitness, online fitness coach, and my passion is to coach moms on how to snatch their sexy back postpartum. And by sexy, I do not mean the size of your body. By sexy, I mean you need to feel confident in your own skin. Like, sexy is, you could be 200 pounds, you could be 300 pounds, you could be 100 pounds. But if you are confident about the woman you're becoming, and you feel like you are becoming more yourself every day, and if you are taking care of that body, this vehicle, then you're gonna feel sexy. Sorry, like, I'm not sorry, not sorry, because So many people have this taboo idea about feeling sexy as a mom, but I'm like, I got my babies, but I'm still my own entity. I'm still my own being. I'm still my own woman. And I feel like we get really caught up in trying to make sure the world is happy that we lose ourselves. I made the decision that even though I felt defeated, even though I had like loads of fat literally hanging off my body, that I could literally, you guys, grab my stomach and pull it out to here when my daughter was 2 weeks old. Boobs hurting, engorged from the breastfeeding. Like, I remember it like it was yesterday, but I wouldn't trade it for the world, but I remember it. And I just remember looking at my husband, like crying while my boobs hurt, you know, my little toddler running around, and my daughter, you know, latched onto my sore cracked boob with my stomach hanging on the couch. And I looked at him like, is there any hope for me? Like, is there? And he was just like, I don't know. Like, he told me straight up, like, I don't know. And to be honest, I didn't know either. But I made the decision that night. I don't give a crap if I lose the weight, if I get my body back. I'm going to commit to a healthier lifestyle. And the worst case scenario is that I get super fit and I still have my loose skin and stretch marks. Like, oh well. So I made the decision, started to wake up early. So every morning I would wake up before my daughter, before my son, and just get 15 minutes in my home office, in our small little apartment at the time. And I started to make small incremental changes. Like, I would have tons of water every day to keep up with my milk supply and to still lose weight. So I had close to a gallon of water a day. I was having my Green Goddess smoothies every day. If you guys want that recipe, let me know in the comments below. I knew what to do. I'm a fitness coach, but I had to do it. I had to make the choice to just do it, like Nike says, like, just do it. So I started to have my oatmeal, you know, my fruits. For lunch, I would have something like a healthy spaghetti, like tons of whole grains. I got rid of all the white starchy carbs. I got rid of the white breads. I got rid of all the things that were so delicious during my pregnancy, all the ice creams. And I just had those things like once or twice a week during my postpartum fitness journey. So I don't believe in starving yourself. I don't believe in depriving yourself of the things that are delicious, but I believe in moderation, and I believe in, little girl, talk about how you mess my body up, but that you're so worth it. You're so worth it. So I made the changes to my diet. Like, there's no secret recipe. There ain't no secret. If you hear somebody talking about, oh, here's a secret, this is how I lost the weight. Ain't no secret. It's hard work. It's doing the things you don't want to do. It's waking up and working out when you don't feel like it. It's eating the foods you don't really feel like eating. Like, there are so many days I came home and I just wanted to order pizza because I was too tired to cook. And I would eat the sweet potatoes or the healthy spaghetti or whatever it was that I knew would give me energy to take care of these children. Like, I became more invested in my energy for life. I became more invested. My priorities changed. Like, I wanted to feel good. Yeah, looking good is a part of that, but I wanted to internally feel like a goddess, right? And so I started to eat like a goddess. I started to move my body like a goddess, get some gains like a goddess, right? And it's crazy because once you start that journey, you start to become addicted to that journey, right? And you no longer crave the foods. You no longer crave the crappy food so much. You crave things that are gonna, again, make you feel like a glowing goddess. Literally, it just started with first making the decision, second, making the changes to my diet, then third, moving my body. And then fourth, you will inevitably fall in love with the process of what you're doing once you start seeing those results. You listen, you follow any coach's fitness journey, you're gonna hear the same redundant stuff because it is the true path of sustainable success. No crash diet, nah. Like, if I couldn't still have my mommy juice once a week, if I couldn't still have pizza for our movie nights, if I still couldn't have the things that I love, pizza, burgers, like, this would not be sustainable for me. So for me, I look at it as a healthier lifestyle that I'm doing, and I still get to have some leeway in with that. So I kind of look at it like an 80-20. I have, you know, the same foods in heavy rotation, the same 18 recipes or so in heavy rotation. And then on the weekends, I tend to be a lot more relaxed. So today, yeah, like you got to figure out what's going to work for you. But generally that's a pretty good rule of thumb. It's just like the 80-20-ish. And so that's pretty much it. It really helps when you start the journey from a place of self-love and self-acceptance, which is a lot easier said than done. But I literally had to keep coaching myself and reminding myself, Monica, your body is not what it used to be back in the go-go dancing days, but girl, you still got some nice legs. Girl, you got a little bit of stomach flab that you didn't have before. You got some stretch marks you didn't have before, but girl, like, you can still be on beast mode. So I had to keep feeding myself and telling myself, you just gave birth to these beautiful children. Like, don't get it twisted that having a perfect body is more important than that. Because when I'm 90, it's not gonna be like that. I know these things. So I just had to constantly remind myself. And so having my Instagram page and my blog and all these things was a constant reminder of who I was becoming, who I wanted to be, who I wanted to inspire, and how I was staying inspired myself. So for all of you who have been following me and following my journey since like darn near day one, when I started posting after I had him, thank you guys for being on my journey, and thank you guys for, I'm just grateful that you find my journey interesting, because I feel incredibly like a normal mom like anybody else. I just like to have fun. I like to still be myself, and I like to share my journey with whomever is willing to listen, who might get some value from it. Are you done with your grapes? No more? Yummy. So as far as the workouts that I do, you do not need a gym to start off. I did not get into a gym until literally months and months postpartum, and that was only because I was doing a bikini competition and I felt like I needed to like get a little bit more serious or whatever. But if your goal is to tone up and maybe lose 30 pounds or something, you don't need a gym. You just need maybe some dumbbells and a solid workout program that you can do 5 days a week, I'd say, for maybe 20 to 30 minutes a day. And that's why I've created, well, I got a hair or something? And that's why I created the Moms for Heels Challenge, because I wanted to offer a program that I feel is sustainable for us busy moms who do not have hours to spend at the gym, or who don't have a private chef, and we don't have like I said, for me, I don't have really virtually any help with my kids. My husband is a full-time working chef and entrepreneur who works 80 to 90 hours a week. And all my family they don't live where I live. So it's literally just me with my babies all day. And so I don't have it like that, to where I have like a huge support system. So I created a program that caters to women like myself who might not have all the resources needed to have like an easier snapback, but who might just need to get fit and snatch that sexy back on a time budget and on a budget. So if you guys need the workout, if you guys need the meal plan, if you guys need what I use to stay motivated, then definitely check out the Moms for Heels Challenge on my website. And if not, do whatever works for you. Follow the people that you like to follow, see what they're doing to work out. But I'll just say it's as simple as changing your diet, changing your mindset, and changing the way you move your body, and doing that in a way that is sustainable for you. And I promise. Oh, really? Yeah. We'll get some more, okay? Can I have a kiss? I love you. It's really about just finding your own inner drive, what's gonna drive you to not quit, right? And then once you find that inner drive, just stick to it, and I promise you will wake up one day and you will be a better version of you. Because honey, you don't want to be anybody else in this life. All we truly want in this life is to be a better version of ourselves. So I wish you the best of luck on your journey. You guys let me know if you have any other video requests. And follow me online on Instagram at Moms for Heels. I post videos almost daily there, my workouts that I do almost daily, and things I find interesting. And thank you for subscribing, and you guys have a great day. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.